Hello, everyone. Quick question, maybe for Maya, our lovely moderator. Uh, is the microphone on? Are we live? Confirmation, please. Are we live? Are we live? Because I never know if I'm live. It says I am. We are live. Thank you so much, Maya. Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wera in Reverie, our last one for the year. And since we have doubled in size since the last one, we are going to Shogun Daddy is such a cool name, by the way. Sorry, I got distracted. I get distracted very easily. Oh, and Brian is here. I love Brian. I'll be talking about Brian later on. Anyway, you should go subscribe to him. Anyway, because we have doubled in size since last time, let me give a little bit of an explanation of what this is. Basically, on BookTube, it's quite popular for people to do videos like reading wrap-ups and TBR videos and just kind of, I don't know, interact with the community a bit more. And I found that, I don't know, it takes so much time to make a video. Like for a normal video, it takes like 20 hours-ish. And I don't know, I don't really feel like editing 2 more videos a month, especially since like I can only make a video a week. And so I'm like, you know what? I will live stream this. And also I think it's a great idea for like interaction with the community. So yeah, and also about interaction with the community, oh, right. Sorry. Let me put up the banner. So we always start Wera and Reverie with a little check-in. And my check-in for this month isn't like too crazy. As the people who have been here for a while know, I had my exams in early December, which is why I didn't post for so long. And I had my hospital placement last month as well. So that was quite intense. But other than that, I'm in Poland, which is why you get to see my bookshelves again and not like my dorm, which low-key looks like an insane asylum. It's very plain, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Anyway, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for subscribing to all the new people. Like the performance of the videos lately has really been blowing me away. Even like my Sanderson video, I thought that it would be a flop, but like it's like 3 out of 10 for me right now. So I was really shocked, to be honest, and I'm very grateful. Has this been stressing me out? Yeah, the people that that follow my Instagram will know I had a little bit of a meltdown like a couple of days ago, but it's fine. We deal. And thank you for all the kind messages, because yeah, I was like so depressed and I was so sad, and everyone just like swarmed me with like the kindest messages, and it made me so happy. And so I want to say thank you so much. And I want to say also just, I know this is going to sound crazy because like I don't know, people talk about these like parasocial relationships, and I was talking with a friend the other day, and I was saying how like all this stress has really, I don't know, impacted the way I approach filming a video. Because before I knew, I don't know, I knew there would be like a few people that watch it, but I could still like really be in control of the comment section and everything. And these past few videos, especially the Witcher 4 trailer, I posted it while I was like, and it went live while I was at the cinema with my little brother. We were watching Paddington in Peru on that later, but like my phone just exploded, and it stressed me out so much, and that impacted like how I approached filming my next video. But and yeah, and that was, I don't know, because I knew so much more people were going to see it. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, in those moments, like I really thought back on like my subscribers and the ones that like I have interacted a lot with, and I want to shout out a couple of you, because when I film these videos and I feel like stressed or whatever, I know there's like a couple of you that no matter what will be there. and I feel like I already know some of you, like Artie's Library and Steve Canada, Admiral Peach, Lewis. Like, there's so many of you. And I look forward to your comments every single time. Ramsey Bolton, such an icon. 444, so iconic. And I always, when I feel stressed, I'm like, you know what, it's gonna be okay. And I feel like I have someone that I can talk to. Like, it's no longer a camera to me. Does that make sense? And that like really reassures me. And when I was talking to my friend, they said that I should share that because I think some of you would like to hear that. So I'm sharing it. Anyway, yeah, so thank you so much. We're having a very big international crowd. Hello from Canada. Oh, that's Kenya. Hello from Kenya. Hello from Canada. Who we have? We have Croatia, of course, Stepan, iconic. He's also an author, so you guys should check out his book. Anyway. Oh, and France. Oh my gosh, guys, that's crazy. And Australia and Finland. Wow, and Sweden. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to stop getting distracted. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know if we'll do a Q&A section later. I don't know. Maybe we'll decide that with Maya later on. Not too sure. But yeah, so that's my little check-in. I am currently in Poland, so this is our first Wera and Reverie, and that also from Poland, and it also explains why we are filming on a potato. And the potato is my laptop. The first Wera and Reverie was from a laptop. The last two were from my camera. However, I may or may not have forgot my memory card and like my HDMI cable, and so I didn't. Yeah, I don't have a way to like plug in my computer to my camera. So I'm like, you know what, it's fine. But it's also easier for me to read the comment section like this. So, oh my gosh, Enigmatic Penguin says hi from the Novigrad bathhouse. So jealous. Say hi to Siggy Reuven from me. Yeah, politely. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna go now to my wrap up. And I'm going to present my slideshow. So, there's not too much to say here because the only book that I have read this month is Wind and Truth by Brandon Sanderson. Yeah, so that book has like 1,400 pages. So you know what, I feel like it's okay that I only read one book. It also means that I probably won't be able to complete my reading goal, but it's okay. Failure is okay sometimes, and I don't really care because I completed all of my other goals, so it's fine. Also, don't worry, this stream is totally spoiler free. In general, my thoughts on Wind and Truth is that it's too long. The writing, I think this is Sanderson's worst writing, unfortunately, but overall, it was still good. My favorite character, Dalinar, Colin, is on the cover, and I love him. So, yeah, I'm very happy where all the characters ended up. The destination was amazing, but unfortunately, the journey was not, in my opinion. But that's fine. That's fine because I'm still hyped for the back half of the series. So, not complaining. And yeah, that's the only thing that I read. But as some of you know, if you've been here before, as some of you know, a big goal for me is to get more into movies and films because I feel like if I want to be a true appreciator of the arts, forgive me for sounding pretentious. I do it mostly ironically. I hope you realize, at least like with my personality of being a fangirl and everything, I get very excited. But which I think conflicts with my attempts at being pretentious. But yeah, what was I saying? See, Wera and Reverie, what was I saying? Oh yeah, films. So I want to diversify the art that I expose myself to, and I think that learning more about films and like cinematography, the lighting, blocking, script writing, and like how all that kind of works. I think that's like going to be a big goal for me moving forward in 2025. And so I did watch more movies, and we're gonna include them in the wrap up segment. So, there were a couple of very funny comments, but, oh, man, there's just too many coming in. I'm not used to this. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so first I watched Conclave, and, Conclave, my name for it is Keeping Up with the Cardinals, spelled with a K. Um, I think that's funny. I know most of you will think that's cringy, but, like, my sense of humor is kind of cringe, so it's fine. Um, Conclave was so good, guys. Oh my god. You know what? After I left at the movie theater, I was kind of like, yeah, this was good. I don't know if it was life changing. I still don't think it was life changing, but it was so much fun. The score, the performances, except for Stanley Tucci. I don't know. Usually Stanley Tucci is an actor that kind of blends into the movie, and he just looks so. No, Maya, you didn't wait 2 seconds. Maya, you can't do this to me. You didn't come up with keeping up with the capital K Cardinals. You came up with the People's Pope Choice Awards. Thank you very much. Actually, I saw this movie with Maya, so Maya's very iconic. We love her here. So, but yeah, Conclave is crazy. They're changing. So the Pope dies at the very start, and then Voldemort, because this guy over here. Oh, you can't see my thing. Um, your I don't remember his name. Ralph Fiennes, I think. Uh he plays the guy who's like in charge. Uh Maya, stop. It's fake news. Ralph Fiennes. Thank you, Enzo. So he plays the guy who's supposed to like choose the new pope, or like at least lead the conclave, and it's great. The score, despite being repetitive, is perfect. Every single time like the organs came in, or like the strings came in with the do, do, do. I was like, yes, yes, I feel the tension, and it kept building. And initially, I gave this a 3.5 out of 10. Oh God, out of 5. But I raised it up to a 4 out of 5 because I don't know, it was so good. I also raised Honora up to 4.5 out of 5 because I loved Honora. Okay, anyway, next, The Substance. Okay, in my opinion, it's fine. Like, I like it. The Demi Moore scene is really good. R.I.P. Fred. I'm so sad for Fred. But it's good. I really like how it's filmed. I'm really happy that such like campy films that are so like over the top and stylized are getting so recognized, because I think it like really got a lot of nominations. Not the Golden Globes. Was it at the Golden Globes? Oh, I don't remember, but like a list was released recently, and I remember thinking that there's like loads of nominations for it, and I'm really happy that it's getting nominated. I don't really think that like this campy, absurdist style is really for me, but like it was still a good film, and it was filmed really well, and so I gave it 3 out of 5. Next, I saw Paddington in Peru. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I think it's the worst of the Paddingtons. Sorry. Paddington, the first one, is one of my 4 favorites on Letterboxd. It is a very sentimental movie for me and my family, and I think it's great. I don't know. I feel like this one kind of missed the mark. I thought it was disappointing. Like, the word I would describe is disappointing. That being said, like, it's still a Paddington movie, so it's still fine, but I feel like some of the humor, you know how, like, the humor, like, these are kids' movies, but the humor still works for adults, and I feel like when you start the movie, like, the first scenes that are funny, they're, like, over the top funny in a way that's, like, only funny for, like, little kids, and I never felt that way in the previous movies, and so I was so sad, but it's okay. Yeah, so I gave it 2.5 out of 5. That being said, I cried for most of the movie. I was watching it with my little brother, and he was so embarrassed because I was sobbing for most of it. Um, yeah. Anyway, then I watched like 2 days ago, I watched A Complete Unknown, and I'm so sorry. No. No, no, no. This was not it. Oh, wait, before I get there, you know what's crazy? Right before we went to the movie theater, I swear, like, something's crazy has been going on in my life where, like, I don't believe in, like, the supernatural, whatever, I'm manifesting, like, I don't really believe in that. Um, but before we walked in, because the movie theater that we go to, because like I only live in Poland for half the year now. The theater that we go to changed its like layout a little bit, and I don't know. I didn't like recognize where you need to go. Anyway, and I asked this guy for directions, right? And he turns around. I swear to God, he looked like Sebastian Kalemba, who is the head game maker for the who is the head for The Witcher 4. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Like this guy was just at the Game Awards, right? I think he was at the Game Awards. Or did they pre-record the interviews? I don't know actually. But I was like, there's no way. I don't think he's here. And then I was like, what if it was? But like I know it wasn't, especially since I'm not really close to the CDPR studio, and so like I assume that most of them live like in that area. So I'm like, there's no way. But a part of me was like, what if it was? And I was standing there, and I was like, and I kept looking back like some like creep, and the guy probably thought that I was like really weird, but I was like, what if it's him? Anyway, I didn't ask, and I kind of regret. But then the crazy thing is, when I was coming back by bus, because I still don't have my driver's license. Yeah, I know I've been bullied for it. Okay, I still don't have my driver's license. So we were coming back by the bus, and I open up my phone and I see that Sebastian Kalemba and Philippe Weber, that they commented on my video, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, there's no way. Anyway, it was just a crazy coincidence. So yeah, moving on. Um, A Complete Unknown. Yeah, no. 1.5 out of 5. Sorry, not for me. Oh, sorry. Almost missed here. There was a super chat. Why can't I just play it? 2 seconds. From 3D Ketchup. Thank you so much, 3D Ketchup. 3D Ketchup says, Merry Christmas. Any New Year's resolutions for next year? Yeah, a couple. So like kind of how I mentioned already, like I want to prioritize the movies. And I know some people say that like it's toxic to have like number goals for like art or whatever. And that's fine if that stresses you out. It doesn't stress me out. So like I find it to be helpful for me to kind of actively have that reminder of I want to reach this number goal. And I also don't really care too much if I don't reach it exactly. Like I'm not going to reach my book goal this year, but I'm yapping again. So I want to make myself a number goal for movies to watch. And I think I'm gonna do like I think my goal is gonna be 52 movies, so a movie a week. Because I don't know, it's just like 2.5 hours or just under 2 hours, and I think that's doable. So that's my one of my New Year's resolutions. Anyway. Oh my God, Dan Webb, thank you so much. He says I'm 50 and I don't have my license. You know what? My physics teacher didn't either, and he was like 50 something too, and it was so iconic to see him like on his bicycle every single day. There was one time I saw him and he didn't have his helmet on, and one of our like first lessons in 9th grade was like the importance of having a helmet on, and I teased him about it for the rest of the year. Anyway, A Complete Unknown. Finally, okay, focus. A Complete Unknown. It's they keep saying like, oh yeah, there's like 40 movies and blah, blah. They keep saying like, yeah, there's like 40 songs sung in the movie and it's 2.5 hours. And I'm like, okay. And so I went and I saw the movie. It's more like it's more like a concert film or like a really long music video of those songs featuring scenes from 5 years of Bob Dylan's life, and that wasn't really, for me. I kind of prefer the movie to kind of have a point. And you can kind of claim that, the thing with Bob Dylan is that he's a complete unknown, like people don't like know too much about him, whatever. And you really don't you leave the theater not really knowing too much about him. So maybe that was the point. They didn't want to like fabricate a story. That's fine. But then why make the movie? Why make the movie? I feel like I sound like such a hater. It's very well made. The lighting is gorgeous. The singing is really good. I think Timmy acts his bum off, and he does he's great, right? But like, what was the purpose? Like, what was the purpose? I don't think there was a purpose. And then like I was thinking the next day, because I saw this like 2 days ago. I was thinking the next day, right? Taylor Swift's Taylor Swift represent friendship bracelets. Taylor Swift's concert film was also 2.5 hours, and it had 44 songs. So just kind of like, and she sings the entire time, right? So just kind of put this in your head. A concert film that's 2.5 hours has 44 songs. This film that is 2.5 hours and is a biopic has 40 songs. Yeah. I don't know. Like it's not a badly made movie. It just wasn't a Vera movie. I like I like movies that oh, Ramsey Bolton showed up. Dude, I shouted you out earlier. Oh, and actually I'll shout out Tamara as well. What I was saying earlier applies to you as well. But yeah, anyway, so this really like wasn't for me. So yes, okay. Jacob here says I rather Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocket Man. Yes, this is exactly what I was leaving the theater thinking, because I love like I really like Bohemian Rhapsody, but I love Rocket Man. Like one of some like Elton John is one of my favorite musicians. I love him. The fact that I couldn't see the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road tour breaks my heart every single day. It breaks my heart every day. I love it. Benny and the Jets was one time my favorite song ever. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was one of my favorite songs ever. But now my favorite not Billy Joel, Elton John song is, I guess that's why they call it the blues. It's my favorite. I love it. Yeah, it's such a good song. And so Rocket Man for me was so special, and I loved how they used the songs and kind of, I don't know, and connected them to like different parts of his life. And I loved it, and man, that's what I like. So Jacob, you have good taste. Anyway, now I am going to, oh, we have a super chat from Ultra. Thank you so much for the chat. Just finished your 2-hour Witcher plot vid, and I need more of that immediately. Shot straight into my veins. Thank you. There will be more. So The Witcher, the main series of The Witcher, has 7 books, and I will make. So this one was part 1 because it was for book 1. It like we just cover this one. The other 2 are in my place in Ireland, because the next 2 are going to be Sword of Destiny and then Blood of Elves. So yeah, and so where is part 2? Part 2, I'm planning maybe for February. I think I would line up well with the Sirens of the Deep release date, because that's going to be like a take on the A Little Sacrifice short story, and that one's a hard one to get right, I think. But and also like low-key, Netflix hasn't gotten anything right. So yeah. So so I think timing that up kind of will be my goal. We'll see how long it takes me to get the script done. I think I don't know, get a video editor to kind of help me cut down some segments. I always do like the final edit myself because I don't think it's not that I don't trust someone else, and I don't want to sound like, oh yes, only I can edit videos well, because I can't. But I was talking to some like other booktubers, and they're like, girly, what are you doing? And I'm like, I go to Canva, I make a green screens, and then I export them, and then I like, and they're like, that is so convoluted. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I don't know how to do the keyframes. So whoopsie. Anyway, yeah, so but the point is that for those Witcher videos, I really want them, like, I have a vision for them, you know? Like, in the Witcher video, I have, like, stupid jokes about how, like, the beginning of the book with, as I say in the video, Big G Geralt of Rivia getting laid. Um, and then I have the little compilation of his dalliances with the girly pups. And the that song plays, and like I think it's funny. And then Philippa says the line. Anyway, I don't think, unless I got like a video editor that's like very, very chronically online and like knows like the jokes for The Witcher, I don't think, like, I don't know. I have a vision. You know, I have a vision for those videos and I want to match the vision. However, um I do have a video editor who, like, I talked with him, and when it comes to just cutting down the A roll, because I yap so much, as you can see, I yap so much and half of it is useless. So yeah. And then I don't know what I'm saying half the time, and then I'm just standing there for like 30 seconds like, what was I even talking about? So I have a video editor who like cuts all that out and takes every segment from like 40 minutes or an hour and cuts it down to like 20-25 minutes. So that's that's what would be really helpful to me. And this video editor has helped me do that to 2 segments for like the 2 short stories out of the, is it 6? I think 7, counting Voice of Reason. Anyway, he did 2 of them, like, he just cut them down, and that saves me, like, hours of editing. Like, that video had 6.5 hours of footage. Yeah. I think that shows I think that shows how ineffective I am with my, uh, talking. Anyway, we also had another, why can't I, okay. We also have another super chat from Dan Webb, like he was ordering takeout. Yeah, was it you that commented that? This was also under the 2.5 hour video, and yeah, that was a very iconic comment. I thought that was very funny. Okay, now, um, next, moving on to what I'm reading right now. So currently, I am reading a Polish book. It is called Niezwyciężony by Stanisław Lem, and it translates to The Invincible. Basically, Stanisław Lem is this Polish science fiction writer. He um, he's very famous for his book Solaris. I think if you are interested in him, actually, Bart's book space, Bart or Bartek, he is also Polish, but he moved to New York, and so I think, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so if you want to find out more and like a guide to Stanisław Lem's works, I would really recommend checking out Bart's book space. I will link him down below later because I didn't realize that I'd be talking about him. So yes, he has a great guide to Lem. Anyways, The Invincible, or Niezwyciężony, it follows this ship called the Invincible as it lands on this planet, and something weird is happening because there was another ship called the Condor, and the Condor it disappeared, and it was like a sister ship to the Invincible. And I'm only done with the first 2 chapters, but so far what it is about is they just don't know what's going on this planet because there's no signs of life. They're very stressed by the fact that the condor disappeared, and it's like an entire situation. So it's almost kind of like a mystery of like what is going on the planet. Why is the biosphere like pretty much non-existent? Yeah, it's great. Okay, before we move on to the next book, we have a super chat from Kevin Tran. Thank you so much. And he says the appropriate amount of mayonnaise is highly situational and context dependent. This is a reference to the one and only and iconic Cal the High Storm, or Cal the Losty. He changes his name sometimes. And Cal, Cal likes to go around and ask people how much mayonnaise is the appropriate amount of mayonnaise. My answer to that was, I believe, on Brian BellTube's channel, and my answer was that I'm not really a mayonnaise gal. However, I do love mayonnaise mixed with sriracha. Oh my god, Gerald, what I said before applies to you too. Just saying, you might want to rewind, but you're such a G. I love you. Anyway, moving on. I don't know if I'm seeing new comments or not. Okay. Yeah, Gerald is such a legend. He somehow always is able to say wind's howling before like anyone else comments. He's he's very iconic. And I also want to say hello to Matt on Books because Matt is going to be mentioned later. So moving on. No more distraction. Okay. So I'm still reading the Wind Up Bird Chronicle. I kind of neglected it a little bit because Kafka on the Shore really like messed with my head. And I need to fly through this because my Murakami video, I want it to come out in like 2 weeks. We'll get to that in a sec, but I really want it to come out in like 2 weeks, and I need to get through the Wind Up Bird Chronicle. So yeah, I need to do that ASAP. Just Kafka really messed with my head in like the best way, and I had exams. So anyway, moving on. Announcements. 2 seconds. Let me change the banner. Plans for January. Perfect. Okay, plans for January. The book that I know I will be reading is The Curse of the Mistwraith by Jannyuary. Basically, me and a couple of other booktubers, put together by John from Talking Story, are going to embark on the journey of the Wars of Light and Shadow. And it's going to be so much fun, hopefully. We might even be joined by the author on live, like when we discuss the book, which is going to be wild. So I'm very excited. I know some people read her other book, The Gallant, in preparation. I have not. So you know what? We're getting all sorts of perspectives here. So yeah, and now I'm going to also shout out the all-star crew that is going to be joining John and myself here. So left to right, all the channels are linked down below. Sorry to any of you watching back. I took photos, like I took screenshots of your thumbnails. So left to right, we have John from Talking Story, Brian from BellTube, Jake from Nerd Level Rising, Christopher Navo from Next Chapter, Andrew from Andrew's Wizardly Reads, Matt from Matt on Books, Sylvia from Library Unbounded, and Brenda from Reading by Myshelf. And all those are listed in the description, so definitely my tongue just twisted it in on itself. So definitely please do subscribe to them. Yeah. Okay, we have another super chat. Thank you so much to the advocate. If you're worried about speaking too much, you could try scripting your videos. It would take forever, but just an idea. Happy New Year, Vera. See, that's the problem because I don't script my videos per se, but I write out bullet points because if I just yapped, I would get nothing done. It would be boring. There would be no sort of organization to anything. So it would be awful and no one would watch it and it would be stupid. And it would be just embarrassing. I don't know. I wouldn't have fun because I'd be dissatisfied. I would be dissatisfied with like the quality of my thoughts coming out. Like, to be honest, even watching back the Witcher 4 video, I wish that, like, when I talk about The Witcher, I get very passionate. I have a couple of topics that I just get very passionate about. Like Taylor Swift is another one, and my emotions carry me, I think. And I was receiving some comments that I felt like totally were misunderstanding what I was saying. And so I kind of wish that perhaps I would have more actively scripted that video a little bit, because I don't know, like the fact that at least 3 CDPR devs saw that, like, the thing that I don't want to come across as is like rude to them, you know? Like, they said they were also nice and they said that they love my passion. Sebastian Kalemba, or Sebastian, he said that I can call him by his first name. So, me and Seb are tight now, besties. Not actually, I say that with respect. That was a joke. Anyway, so I hope that I came off as respectful, just passionate. But there were some people that I think really misunderstood what I was saying, and it made me stress that they misunderstood what I was saying. And like, I just really don't want to come off as rude. You know what I mean? Anyway, so maybe I should just do a bit more bullet points. But anyway, I do bullet points. I think that if I scripted my videos fully, they would not be as organic and as annoying as my I don't know. I think as I think as see, I lost my train of thought again. Even though I yap a lot, I think that some of my yaps are good. I think it shows off my fantasy a little bit sometimes. Personality. What am I saying? I think it shows off my personality sometimes, and I don't want that to be removed from my videos because I don't know. So yeah, but yeah, thank you so much to the advocate. And before we move on, we have another super chat from I'm so sorry if I mispronounce Layab. Laylab. Okay. And Laylab says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you. You too. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to make the content that you provide, especially the video series you made. Both you and my mother got me in the series, so I bought the entire series in 3 languages. So as a gift here, thank you so much. I'm curious what languages you got. I heard that the Portuguese and Spanish translations are really good. So I don't know. I kind of speak Spanish. So hopefully, I don't know. I maybe one day I'll read them in Spanish to confirm or deny. We also have a super chat from Trondo Mondo, who says, do you like The Last of Us Part 1 and 2? Do you like those games? Okay, so I have played through over half of The Last of Us, but I started playing that after the show because it was so good. I loved it. I loved the show and I loved the game. And now that like I've played through most of it, I think, I oh my gosh, it was just so cool to see like what they adapted and what they didn't adapt. And as like someone who came from the show, I thought that it was great. I thought that the way they adapted it was really good. So yeah, I haven't I haven't played The Last of Us Part 2, but I was spoiled what it is about because one of my friends is very passionate about it. But I don't know exactly what happened. So I'm quite stressed. I'm quite stressed for the second season of the show, but I'm so excited. I can't wait. And we have one from Razvan Radoy. I don't know if I said that correctly. Sorry. I actually met a friend in Romania whose name was Razvan. So anyway, just found your channel this month and love your style and content. Thank you. Happy holidays and Happy New Year. Thank you so much. And right back at you. Also one from Blaze. Thank you so much. The Invincible has a 2023 game based on the book. I need to tell that to my dad because this is like my dad's favorite book. So thank you so much for letting me know. And There's also one from Daneth on it, and he says, or they say, your Witcher 4 video was amazing and one of the few good ones out there. I am sick of the rage bait, dude. I'm sick of the rage bait too. I yeah, that's one thing that like really pissed me off. Just so many people that don't know what they're talking about. I try not to. Okay, I think I need to work on this. I'm not trying to present myself as like a Witcher expert. I'm trying to present myself as a very passionate Witcher fan. Okay, like I haven't read Season of Storms. I haven't read it because I've been waiting to read it until I felt homesick, and then I decided to make a YouTube channel, and now I'll just read it for the first time when I make my summary video for it. But I'm not trying to present myself as a Witcher expert. I'm trying to present myself as someone who has a different perspective than many people who read it like outside of Poland, because like growing up learning about, you know, what did I talk about there? Like Smog Wawelski, or I don't know, like what a Yarmark is, and like going to those. I think that just brings such a different perspective, and like the jokes and the colloquialisms. Um, like there's a lot there that like if you didn't grow up in this culture, like you just won't get it. And so I'm trying to bring a perspective of a very passionate Polish fan who just wants to share some stuff that I think could be lost uh if you just didn't grow up here, right? And so so I'm trying to bring that perspective. Anyway, but yeah, I think when it comes to experts, my three that I trust are obviously Neon Knight, Ex Latalis, and Inivitre. Inivitre actually made the little animation for the 2-hour videos. So like I posted on Instagram, hello, does anyone know how to make this animation? If you could send me like a tutorial or something. And they full on were like, oh, dude, I'll do it for you. And I'm like, are you serious? So they're so great. They're linked down below. So highly recommend that. Okay, now moving on to more plans for January. So this is my very rough plan for what videos are going to happen in Maya. Can you look at the chat, please? And yeah. Okay, so yeah. Okay. This is my rough plan for January. I tend to not stick to it because stuff come up. Mainly college, and like getting myself through college is my biggest like focus, right? Yeah, sorry, Zavicho says oh, let me highlight. Maya is doing a great job. Just a lot of messages coming through. I know. I'm just saying. There was like a message or two that I didn't really like, so just giving a heads up. I know like last time when we were doing this, there were some like glitching on her iPad, I think. So I don't know if that was going on. But yeah, Maya's great. She does a great job. We love Maya here. Sending love. Okay, so back to the plan. This is my plan for now. I always say that I have a plan, and then I never follow through, but hopefully I will follow through this time. And this is my general plan for the month of January. So my next video is going to be my best books of 2024. Then the week after that, if I can finish Wind Up Bird Chronicle, is going to be giving like I read Haruki Murakami and blah blah blah. I need to think of something witty to say, but it's going to be in the style of my Cormac McCarthy video. Who else did I do? Stephen King and Emily Henry, because like my vision for the channel is to have those like I read authors, I read subgenres, and I read series or something like that. And so I want to continue with that, and Murakami is going to be the next one. Then, ideally, I'm going to be reading Rozdroże Kruków. So I'm going to start it. So translates roughly to Crossroads of Ravens or Crossroads of Crows. the people saying like crows crossing. Oh, hello to Steve Canada. Steve, I shouted at you out like at the very start, by the way. Anyway, people saying that it translates to like the ravens crossing or the crows crossing, that's just not really a thing, because like rozdroże is a crossroads. A crossing, I think, in English can be misinterpreted as like, I don't know, like, you know, like people crossing a river or whatever, you know, like movement. No, that's not at all what rozdroże is. Rozdroże is crossroads. Like imagine Gonter Odim and that one time that you meet him at the crossroads, right? So it's not, I don't think crossing is an appropriate translation, because it can be misleading in English. So I don't approve. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes. So then my next Witcher video is going to be on Rozdroże Kruków. I don't know if it's going to be like, should you read it? Where should you read it? What I think about it. I'm not sure what the concept around it will be, but I know that I want to do something. Also, I'm probably going to be asking at the end. Oh, sorry. I just kicked my stand. I'm probably going to be asking at the end of that video if people want me to do not Baptism of Fire, Blood of Elves after Sword of Destiny, or Crossroads of Ravens, or whatever they translate it to. When it comes to like the big summary videos, I kind of, I don't know, I kind of want to do the main series first, just because I don't want to like mislead people. And I think that there's so much BS floating around online about the reading order. And so I don't know, I don't want to like confuse people further. But at the same time, and also I don't know when the English version will come out. So I don't know. And if the English version isn't out, then I won't be able to like compare the English to the Polish version. And so that will kind of undercut like a huge part of the value that I think I can bring to the books. So I don't know. I'm very conflicted, but I have time to think it through. So yeah, moving on. Do I have anything else in here? Yeah, Jacob is having great takes. Jacob says, I think a lot of people start with Blood of Elves and skip The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny. Yeah, except Blood of Elves is book 3. It's not book it's not book 1. No one in Poland says it's book 1. If you search up Wiedźmin tom pierwszy, which means Witcher book 1, or Wiedźmin książka pierwsza, or something like that, you always get Ostatnie życzenie, aka The Last Wish. But for some reason, when you do a Google search in English, The Witcher book 1, you get Blood of Elves. I don't know what's going on there. Blood of Elves is book 3. Clarifying, book 1 is The Last Wish, book 2 is Sword of Destiny, book 3 is Blood of Elves, book 4 is The Time of Contempt, book 5 is Baptism of Fire, book 6 is Tower of the Swallow, book 7 is Lady of the Lake. And that's it. That's the main series. That is the main series. Season of Storms is a side quell. I think it happens sometime theoretically between The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny, but like those aren't, I don't know, like they're not exactly written linearly. So I don't know, it's a side quell. Like the way Sapkowski says it is, he says it's a side quell. And then the most recent one, Rozdroże Kruków, for Crossroads of Ravens, that's just how I'm gonna refer to it. That is a prequel. And even though it's a prequel, it still refers to something that is explained in The Last Wish. So if you don't read The Last Wish, where Geralt does his little like chat to Iola about like his younger days, like if you don't read that, you open this up and you're like, what is going on? Why is he in this situation? I like, you know, like you need the context anyway. So yeah. Yeah, lots of people. There's a box set in my country and it comes without the last wish. I don't know what happened from the publisher side. The book 1 is the last wish. Oh, 444, coming through again. You're the goat, bro. Season of Storms takes place before the first short story in The Last Wish. Okay, well now you know. Like, oh, dude, is that why they play on like at the very end when is it Valerat? I think it's Valerat, right? That is like, oh, that's talking with Geralt, and then Geralt is like, "Are my swords there?" Is that why they like kind of is do they play on that? I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited to finally read it. Um, but then I'm gonna be sad that I don't have anything else to look forward to. But yeah, anyway, those are all of my thoughts, kind of. I think for the next month. The Witcher summary part 2, I already mentioned this before, but my goal is to get that out sometime middle of February. Um, yeah, Steve. Nice job, Maya, editing this chat. You don't get enough credit. She doesn't. We all love Maya. Hearts in the chat for Maya. Por favor. Um, yeah, okay. I think now, just for the last like couple of minutes, I'll maybe take like 2 or 3 questions. Just because I promised Maya that I wouldn't run over time, because the last 2 Veras and Reveries, I kind of ran out of time, and yeah. Yeah, also 444 has great takes, and read the and I'll get to that in a sec. But he read it already, and or she or they anyway, they read it they read it already, so yeah. Also, Steve, I'm so glad you asked. I am so glad you asked. The painting behind me was made by Maya. And because my first video that popped off was my Dune video, and Maya is an artist, and she was like, Vera, I want to celebrate this with you. And so there's a message on the back. Wait, let me see. I just remind myself. Maya, do you want me to reveal what's on the back or not? So Maya, Maya, it's your choice whether I can read the back or not, because it's like a very sweet message. So it's Maya's choice. I'm going to hold it here for now, and I'm going to wait to see what Maya says. But Maya did all my channel art as well, and so we really love Maya on this channel. Oh no. Okay, if you want to do it, okay. Let me do that. Okay. So it says, congratulations, and then it goes like all the views that video had at the point which Maya made it for me. And it says, never fall for the pressure of others and do what makes you happy in the future. May these views only apply to your least successful videos. And I hope you can look at this picture and remember fondly the thing that truly started it all. With all the love, Maya. So yeah, this is what she made me, and it's Gorgina. I love it. So it has to be displayed front and center over here. Guys, I'm so proud of myself that I was able to like put that up and down without anything falling, because I I was testing putting Niezwyciężone over here like before the video, and when I tell you, the bookshelves collapsed. So that was kind of embarrassing. We have a super chat from David L. Found your channel recently and love it. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I will try. And there's also one from Edward or Edvard. Hey, I greatly enjoyed your McCarthy video and Sanderson Reiking. What one Polish author's bibliography would you recommend? Okay, so I'm going to reveal myself as I don't know. I don't want to say fake Pole because there are some people that insist that I am a fake Polish person. I posted my passport on Instagram if you don't believe me. Anyway, but I'll reveal myself as a bad Pole and say that I mostly read in English, and like full on Polish is a very difficult language. Um, like I'm reading Niezwyciężony now, and I need to actively discuss stuff with my dad because there's so much of it that I don't understand. There's so many like archaisme, like old words that like aren't really used anymore, or like old sentence structures that I really struggle with. And I kind of told him that I understand why people get so frustrated when reading Dune, because when I read Dune, it wasn't really, I don't know. It wasn't too hard for me, because I read so much in English that I kind of understood that there was stuff that I don't need to. Um, there was stuff that I didn't need to understand from the start. You know that I would learn that. But when I read Polish, it's not as easy for me. But I, yeah. So I haven't read as much in Polish as I want to. But recommendation wise, I really liked I really like Wisława Szymborska's uh poetry. My favorite poem is Nic dwa razy, and Nic dwa razy is this beautiful poem. It's translated to nothing twice. I I don't know. I also fear that I sometimes sound like a hater when it comes to talking about translations from Polish to English, which I think translating is so hard, and I have so much respect for the translators. Like even just copying like one to one, like the text is so difficult. Um, but what I'm getting at is I haven't really found a translation of Nothing Twice that matches my perhaps unrealistic standards. But that one is my favorite. And so I think more people should get into Wisława Szymborska. She also was a Nobel Prize winner, I believe, for literature. And yeah, she's such a legend. I love her. There was a question before. Where was it? 2 seconds. It was like, did you? It was a question about. Oh, here. Did you grow up speaking English or Polish? I grew up speaking Polish. So for the people that are new to the channel, both sides of my family are Polish. I was born in Poland. I lived until the age of like 4 in Poland, and then we moved to the UK for 5 years, and then we came back to Poland. And ever since our move to the UK, I've remained in like an international school system, which is why I have the accent that I do. While I was in Poland, though, other than my last 2 years of high school, I had Polish classes every year. And so, oh, that's actually how I read The Witcher for the first time. It was an assignment for Polish in 8th grade. Also, shout out to Maya. I'm going to share this lore. We were in Polish in eighth in 8th grade together, and we had to read this book called 5 sekund do Io, which means 5 seconds to Io, like the Jupiter's moon, I think. And it was kind of like Ready Player One, to be honest. But the thing is, I gave up because I didn't like the book, and as I said, like reading in Polish is kind of hard for me. Like I just need to like really extra focus, and I didn't like the book, and I was like, I'm not reading this. And so we had PE, physical education, right before, and we were doing the what's it called when you like run back and forth and there's the ding ding ding. Can someone like tell me? I don't know. But we had that test, right? The physical testing. Anyway, and we were running back and forth, and Maya was just like, and I was like, Maya, please tell me what happened in the book, because I need, like, we were writing a test to see if we actually read the book, and Maya told me the entire plot of 5 seconds to EO, and I was like, thank you, Maya, you're the best. We write the exam. A week later, we get our results back. I got the equivalent of 100%, and Maya got like 85%. And she was like, Vera, how is it possible? You didn't even read the book and you get a better grade than me. And so it's like a huge inside joke now between the two of us. But yeah, I grew up speaking Polish, and then like Polish is my language of like the household. And so there are so many times when I'm like cooking or whatever with my friends, and I'm like, whoever, pass me the talerz or pass me the pomidor or whatever, and then I'm like, pomidor, and like it takes me a while to be like tomato, you know. I don't know. Pole English is my language of preference. um Okay, I need to get to the super chats first. Okay, so K Day, thank you so much for the donation. Says, hey, love your videos. Have you read any R.F. Kuang? No. However, I want to read Babel, and there's these two channels that I love, Emmy and Carolyn. I think from Carolyn Marie Reads. Anyway, Emmy and Caroline, they do the Game of Tomes, and at the end of the year they'll be reading Babel together, and I love the two of them so much, and they're some of my favorites, and I will want to read along with them. And I also want to make a video that's like, I read either classical or either historical fantasy or dark academia or something like that, and that for that to be like I read subgenres. And so I think I'm gonna read her then. I also want to read the Poppy War. We also have one from Mr. Kisk. Thank you so much for the donation. And he says, don't let those rude people get you down. Your channel is great. Thank you so much. Yeah, there was another comment today that really made me like doubt myself, but but it's okay. I'm getting better. Thank you so much. And is there another one? Oh gosh, I need to skip all the way to the end. Okay, one last question. I'm going to give a couple of seconds for a good question to pop up. Unless, Maya, if you were looking through the questions, if there was any that like jumped out at you that I missed, then do. Oh my gosh, Tom Orange was here. Tom, you're such an icon. I love Tom. You should go subscribe to him. He is powered by girly pop when he works out, and if you know one, if you say blah, 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 say one thing about Vera, say that she loves the power of girly pop. Sorry, represent friendship bracelets. Oh yeah, I also said I also said, oh my god, okay, yes, Swedish man, where are you? Swedish man in the world, Chapel. Yeah, we're ending on this one. Oh, there's actually good one. There's also a good one also from Enzo. Okay, two last questions. I'm sorry, Maya, we're running over time again. I'm sorry. Because Maya has many things to do, like fend off cats that are trying to steal her food. And I always say that I'll keep it to an hour and then I yap too much. But Swedish man in the world says Chapel ? Yes, I believe in Chapel Roan supremacy. I'm hoping for a Chapel sweep at the Grammys. Naked in Manhattan is so good, but my favorite off the album is My Kink is Karma. I've like 2 hours ago, I was trying to perform like a conversion on my cousin and like force her to love Chapel. I gave a very intense rendition of My Kink is Karma. I like full on jumped on her. It's okay, she's used to it. She knows me for 21 years, so yeah. And I love Chapel. She's so justified in everything that she has done, in my opinion. And I won't take further questions. And the other question that I want to end this on is, why did you give Green Eggs and Ham a 2-star rating on Goodreads? You know, sometimes it's not even the book, but like the context in which you read it. We had to force read this during an assembly. And the person reading it couldn't read. And like the rendition they did of it was so bad. And I don't remember why, but I was like really excited to go somewhere, probably a book that I really wanted arrived in the library, probably like knowing me. But yeah, I was really not there. And the entire time I was just like kind of making fun of it with my friends, and we were haters, and that's okay. And so I just have really, really bad connotations with that. Notice it's not a 1-star. Notice it's not a 1-star. I gave it 2 stars because Like, it's a classic, but I didn't like it and it made me angry. Arr! So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's gonna be everything for this. I think this is gonna be everything for this Wera and Reverie. I hope, in the words of Gladiator 2, I'm not actually sure who said this, but it became like a meme that like you will be entertained. So I hope that you have been entertained by this live, and yeah, I'll see you next month. We are working on when I say we are working on, Maya is working on. Maya does all the labor here, to be honest. So yeah, everyone love for Maya, please. But Maya is redesigning or like recoloring the art for Wera and Reverie, and I don't know why I started talking about this, but yeah, she's doing it, and so for the next Wera and Reverie, it will not all be pink. There's going to be slight, there will be slight changes to the branding, if you will. Also, rename your channel into Maya. Maya said that Maya said that I should rename to Verasphere, and she still hounds me about it. And she's like, it's still not too late. But I think we're going to stick with Wera, though rebranding to Maya could be very good. Yeah, praise Maya. Shogun Daddy really pulling through. I knew, oh my gosh, sorry. Praise Maya. Agreed. Good takes all around. Great name. Also, we will not be going with vieja because that's too close. That's too close to old, like old in Spanish. So, and I don't want our channel to be, I don't know. Anyway, that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the super chats. I hope you were entertained. Yes, I use Anki, of course. And that's all for me. And hopefully I'll see you here next time. That's all for me. Bye-bye. Let me just do my little hand thing, 2 seconds.